Wouldn't it be so great if readers loved our books so much they would just promote them for us? And then authors, we could just write our books. We won't have to market them anymore. And we could just do the fun part of writing and not do the marketing. Well, since that's not going to happen, BookBrush has a really amazing tool called Reader Hub, and today we're going to learn all about it together. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things self-publishing with you. Before I get into the details of today's video, don't forget to hit subscribe. That way you'll be here every week as I release new videos about self-publishing, making a career to being an author, and now being a mompreneur. And today we're going to be talking about book marketing, which is something we can all do better. Like, I know I'm on this channel talking about my tips and everything, but I could even do better. There's still things that I'm like, I know I should be doing this, but I'm not doing it because I just don't have the time. So it's really great when we can come together and find a new tool that can help us share the word about our books. So without any further delay, I'm actually going to bring in our special guest for today's video, Kathleen from BookBrush, who's going to show us how to use this feature. Hello, welcome back to the channel, Kathleen. It is always so exciting to chat with you and to get updates on how to make the best use of BookBrush. So for anybody who's new to this channel or new as an author and I don't know how they haven't heard of BookBrush yet, but if they're a brand new author, maybe they haven't yet. Can you tell us a bit what BookBrush is and what the Reader Hub is that we're going to look at today?
Absolutely, I would love to. So we built BookBrush as an online tool specifically for authors to create all kinds of things in one handy marketing toolbox. So you're talking about the promo graphics, the cover reveal graphics, even book covers you can create in there, all the way to swag and then a book trailer. So, there's a lot of nice design tools out there. They're not all specifically for authors. So when you hop into BookBrush, every time you turn around and everywhere you look, it's author-centered and it offers something else that's handy as an author that you might want to either make or create or use or all the things. And then the newest edition then will be the Reader Hub, which we'll talk about today.
Yeah, I am really excited about Reader Hub. And I was telling you just before we started recording, I get the update emails from BookBrush about all the new features, and I'm always so excited to try them. And then, my daughter wakes up from her nap, and then, oh, this isn't working on Amazon. I have to fix this. And oh, a million other little things happen in my author day to day, and I forget about these awesome new features. So I'm really excited to dive in and learn more about this today because it seems like a real gem that I know I certainly haven't been making use of, and I would love for more authors to make use of it, so including myself. So I'm excited to see this tutorial of how it works.
All right, cool. So we literally sit around here thinking, what could we add for our authors? Like, well, what else would be good? And so from that, our Reader Hub idea was born. So just a little bit about it. It gives authors a way to easily do word of mouth marketing. So I'm going to take a little tiny step back and we can talk about word of mouth marketing for a minute. So we don't take for granted everybody says, oh, right, the word of mouth marketing. So basically, this is what a lot of companies and authors included use to have people spark the conversation out there. So the word of mouth. So you can do your own promos as a salesperson, but people are so receptive to hearing what their friends and families like to eat or read or whatever. So with this, you're giving your readers an easy way to promote you, to have images to spark that conversation on social media or wherever they're going to post these and talk about you. There hasn't been an easy way. Authors told me before, oh, I did some clunky like Google Doc with these things. So this tool makes it easy to do word of mouth marketing. So then that's an effective way to potentially increase your sales, your brand loyalty for your readers, and gain new people just by having these graphics. So we want to help you create the spark that starts the firestorm, chatting out on social media.
Yes.
So I will probably just jump into screen sharing and we'll just talk about a couple things on Reader Hub, the magic of the Reader Hub. And this is a paid feature in BookBrush. So BookBrush does have a free plan to create graphics, but in order to create the Reader Hub itself, you'll need a paid plan. But we would love to have you join our BookBrush family. So we'll jump in here. All right, so this is BookBrush, the homepage here. When you sign in, you'll see it says choose a tool to begin. And then over here on the right is the Reader Hub. So we'll talk about the Reader Hub. I'm going to actually show you a finished one first. We'll start at the end, and then I'll show you the process that goes into making one. So I can't take credit for this. This is one that another author made, but it turned out fantastic. So this author is T.M. Cromer, and you can see she's got a reader hub. So it's bookbrush.com reader hub up here with her information. So what this contains, and this is the link that she made in BookBrush, made the images in BookBrush, and then she can share with all of her followers. The About page, she's able to have a summary about herself and all her social links and things like that.
Nice.
And then the Unlucky Charms is one of her series, and this is the cool section. So basically, you're flipping the switch on the graphics that you would make. Instead of them being salesy, they are from a reader perspective. So she has graphics that put words in a reader's mouth in a good way. So the center image says, "The best book I've read in ages." Next, underneath that, "Check out my fave recent read." So the premise here is you're creating graphics with positive comments from a reader perspective. Then you share this link with them, and it's easy for them to quickly download these and put them on social media, thereby starting this chain of word of mouth marketing. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's something I'm starting to realize more as I get reviews. I'm like, well, reviews are great, but do reviews sell books? And this, I think, is a way that we can turn some of the best reviews we get into a way to help sell more books, not just by us promoting it, but others.
Absolutely. And like in this top left image, she's called out some of the tropes in her series. Irish witches, which I have to say very slowly. It's a bit of a tongue twister. And then third person point of view, top faved, award winning. She made these graphics in BookBrush, and I'll show you how to do those. But if you have a reader who's reading these because they love Irish witches, chances are a lot of their friends do too. So they're going to have this image shared on social media. And, you know, I don't have the exact percentage, but let's say 80 to 90% of people are more influenced by what their friends say than a promo graphic, you know, that an author puts out there. I most of the time trust my friends. Don't steer me wrong. So my friends and family, they like this book, and they like Irish witches, and so do I. So it's kind of a natural fit to be out in social media. So I'll just show you a few other graphics that she created in here. This one here on the left with those little green marks, it says, "Definitely going on my best books list." So be bold. Say these great comments from a reader perspective about your books, so that then when these users get this link, they simply download and then share it right on social media. Yeah. "Meet my new fall favorite. Love this book. 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. Fantastic." I think readers would share these things a lot more if they had access to them. But what they normally do is read the book. They don't have a BookBrush graphic program to hop in and make things that would help promote your book. Mm-hmm. So that, in a nutshell, is an overview of the Reader Hub. And then I'll show you how easy it is from the BookBrush side to create these things. So we'll pop back in. So in BookBrush, we'll talk about creating the images first. So in the custom creator, we'll click in here. We have options to create graphics from scratch or use community templates. The community templates are a slam dunk because we have a graphic designer who puts these together. So if you have used up all your creativity writing, you don't have to still have a little bit of creativity left. If life has been getting in the way, that is fine. You can use these templates. So we'll go to the top of these different icons and click on community templates. And then for this particular project, we're going to go to collections here on the left and go down to 4 readers. So these are the ones that, if you think about it, instead of just the general promotion, we flip the switch and they're reader centered or reader focused. Like, what would the reader say about my book? Say lots of good things.
Okay. That's great that it's organized that way. So then I don't, like you said, if my creativity is spent, I don't have to think extra about it.
Absolutely. Here are a couple of the ones with the little arrows. And so those are ones that are really kind of fun. I'm going to go ahead and click on one for you. And then we will personalize this together. So the first thing you want to do is put your book cover in. So we'll swap covers. So we'll put this in. We're going with one of your books because you're going to need a reader help. I'll get you started.
I am. Absolutely.
So what you'll probably want to do in this is maybe click on the background and choose something different. You can do a different color, like the color picker is pretty amazing. So I click the color that's there. We'll use this eyedropper to match what we have here. And then I can't, it might be a little too much color, but for this example, we'll just go with that and maybe just adjust the transparency a little bit there. And then you're going to pick the comments and things. So I'll put you on the spot. Let's think of a couple things that we can say about your book. What do you think?
Easy to read.
Okay.
Because this is nonfiction, so easy to read is important. Actionable tips.
Oh, good. Now, as long as I can type. And we don't have to use, and this word wrap, so we can adjust that. We don't have to use all the boxes, but this is just an idea.
How-to steps.
Yep.
Must read for indies.
Very good. And then you're in control of the graphics. So if some of them are longer, you're just adjusting here. We could also change these if we wanted them white to match the book. I'm also going to change the image in the background. So we're going to search for just a book related one. So let's put in something like this. And then all we need to do is adjust our transparency so we get that fun blue color. And that seems a little more bookish. So we'll start with that. It could also do some other things in there, but this is just a sample of how quickly you could take the original, which was definitely a romancy, and make this work for a nice nonfiction book. So in your account, you're going to click Save as a Project. That's going to save it that if you want to make changes later. And it's also going to make it easy to add to your Reader Hub.
Okay.
And then you can also download. The downloading can be a PNG or a JPEG. And for those of you who might be new to exploring BookBrush, while the Reader Hub is a paid feature, these images here are included in your 15 images that you can make for free. So if you want a graphic like this, you could use this template and put your own book in here and your own particular things that you're going to call out about it, and then download this as one of your free images. So you could post that directly on social media yourself. So once you've done this one, like that's going to be one of our sample images, then let's go back in and we'll look at another one. I love the arrows and the ability to call out those different things because it helps so much to personalize, and you as the author know the things that people are looking for or that are definitely things to highlight in your book.
So I think I noticed when you showed the preview page that maybe she had it separated by different series. Would I be able to do that?
Super good question. So the Reader Hub is part of the paid plans, and we have 3 tiers. So we have Plus, Gold, and Platinum. And Plus and Gold can create one unique Reader Hub, which is its own unique URL with the one tab. Our Platinum folks, which is the top plan, can actually create, this is pretty awesome, 3 unique Reader Hubs with 2 tabs each. So you're actually up to 6 total, which can be nice. Like if you also wrote in a fiction genre, you could have 2 Reader Hubs that focus on each one. It's also nice because if these are going to live and breathe, so you could rotate out the graphics seasonally and things like that. And so if you have 2 different promotions happening in a tight time frame, you don't have to clear one out. Your URL can stay the same, but the images can be updated so that if you share it out wherever you have it, in a link tree or in your newsletter or on Facebook, people can keep that same link, but they'll be getting whatever you update in there. So to answer your question, the 2 tabs in that would be part of a Platinum plan users section. And those are really nice. And it could be a reason if you're getting into the Reader Hub to upgrade then later, because you're like, I like how this is working. My readers are responding to this, and I would like more links. And that Platinum plan is how to do that. So excellent question.
Okay. And the great thing is I actually use the Platinum plan. I love it. And most of you who watch my videos know I am Miss Super Frugal. So I don't like to pay for something unless it gets a lot of value. I'm getting a lot of value from BookBrush. And so I actually have a discount code. If you want to try the free, get comfortable with the how to make the images. Like Kathleen said, you get the first 15 images free, get comfortable with it. And then if you want to use MK15 as a promo code off of your subscription, that way you can try out some of the more advanced features too. I really recommend it. This has made my life so much easier when I need to promote reviews, when I have a book coming out. I don't have to fiddle as much with Photoshop. I don't have to fiddle with Photoshop at all. I don't have to drive myself crazy trying to mock something up myself, like at home with my poor photography skills. It really has made things easier. So that was my little quick endorsement for, yes, you should definitely try this out. And I have a discount code for you because we all like a good discount.
I love discounts. And I also love when people use the word fiddle. So that was super cute. All right, let's make one more graphic for your book and then we will make a reader hub in here.
Perfect.
So I'm going to click on this one. This is one that could work for all kinds of different genres. So again, we're just going to substitute the book in here. Need to get that swapped. And then what we'll do, because you can always modify the text. So we'll just put, you need this helpful book in your life. And a couple of things, like if it word wraps, your options are either to make the box bigger or just reduce the size of the font. So you'll get comfortable with the book brush editing as you go along, and you can move this around if you want to. I somehow can't resist just doing a little fiddling. There you go. So we'll save it as a project. And then, of course, you can download it as well. So we've got 2 graphics ready here, and then we'll talk about creating our own reader hub. So to do that, we'll go back to home in the upper left corner. And the reader hub, when you're brand new here in the upper right, we'll just say, create your reader hub. I have one in here. So I'm going to go to your pages, but we'll go to reader hub. And this is a platinum plan, so I can just create a new reader page here, and that's what we'll do together. If you're coming in and you're not here with MK or with me, you can click this info button, and we have a little video that walks you through some of these same things. So you're not just adrift out there. You'll be able to figure out how to do it. But we'll click create a new reader page. And we're going to call it MK is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And your username. And then as we type this in, you'll see it's going to be your shareable link at the bottom as well. So that's how you're going to create this. So this is a unique URL that lives as part of BookBrush, but then it's a reader hub and it's yours. So that's kind of cool. So we'll just click create our reader page here. And then we're starting it from scratch. So of course, you're going to probably put your photo in here, and you can create a banner up in here. The previous one we looked at had just kind of a decorative flower thing. You could have something a little more nonfiction-y if that's an actual adjective for you. And then you'll do your about section. So we'll click on that for just a second. Click edit about. And this is where you put the blurb in here and then add all of your social media accounts. Just at a quick look to add your social media, you'll click add. And if you put Facebook, for example, then there's the spot to put the link. So you'll just go through however many different platforms you're on, and you can add all of those and the appropriate links.
Nice. Nice.
Quick and easy. So this is a neat little tool that you wouldn't have had before. And if you have a paid BookBrush plan, you have it. So we'd love for you to be using it. And if you need something like this and you're not in BookBrush, this could be a great place to get it. Then we'll go to the add section. And this is where you're going to do the graphics. So I'm not going to stick around on the about page. You'll finish that on your own, but then we will talk about, this is the going wide page. And then your images, so you can choose your layout and things like that. But this is what's super easy. Click to add your image. And it takes you right to what you have saved in your account. So you can just click and check mark these. And so it all comes together. Whatever you have saved as your project, you can select there. You can also upload elsewhere if you have other images that you want to bring in.
Okay.
So we'll click next. And these were both square, so we'll both indicate both as Instagram and get those added. And you can see the status going along. There we go. Success. I love when you get a successful message, like it makes you just feel accomplished. So this is not out in the world yet. It would be ready once you go ahead into the top right corner and click publish. So you can have your internal one. Of course, even when you publish it, nobody knows it's there until you tell them. Right. But that way you've got it, and your followers then when MK shares her link, they'll see it. The nice part is a lot of people are on their phone when they're looking at it. So they're going to download the image right to their phone and then be on their phone to share it to social media, which is where most people are posting from. Mm-hmm. It seems like. So it's an easy step process, I think. Mm-hmm. So they would just download this and be able to post it with all those great hashtags and things that would send people checking it out and increase that word of mouth marketing that's out there.
Excellent. One question. So I saw you had the option of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So knowing that you can also post videos on Instagram, if I made one of the short videos, would that be an option here, or is it only flat images?
No, you can put those animated mock-ups and things in there. So let me go ahead and I'm going to click publish just so we have it, and then we can go back into, and this is a fun time to talk about the animated mock-ups. We'll go into custom creator, because who doesn't like motion? Motion catches the reader's eye. So if you want to have a presence with the book talk and things like that, but don't want to be the one dancing around, these can be really nice. There's some in the for readers section, but I'm actually going to go to vertical videos. So we'll look exclusively at the animated ones. And just so you kind of see what these look like, we'll click on one and I'm going to push play so you can see. It's a 10-second quick one. This may not be the perfect one for your book, but we'll go with it. So we're going to click the swap. So we'll swap in your cover. And you could change the, just at a quick look, this color picker is so awesome to me. So again, I'm going to use the eyedropper and match that blue. So that's just one little way to quickly personalize that. Then again, in the top stripe, save as a project. And this saves as a little mini GIF or GIF. I'm like rock, paper, scissors on which way to say it.
I always say GIF. I know the creator said it's GIF, but he's mistaken.
I know, but I'm like, that's the peanut butter. So it'll get here. So once that's saved, we'll take a look. So there's the little mini version of it. And then these particular ones with the, we call them animated mock-ups, the vertical videos. Basically, they combine music, animation, and video effects with your book all in one handy meme. So why not take advantage of these kind of things? These are going to download as an MP4. The system can tell that you have these extras like video, animation, and music. So it's going to be an MP4. And of course, you can post those anywhere that accepts an MP4. But now let's go back to home here. This is good repetition. You see it again, you'll be like, oh, I know where my reader hub is. So we'll go over to the right-hand side. Now see, we have two. So we've got two little faces in there. So we'll go to the reader hub. And now we'll go down to the MK is awesome and do the view reader page. I want to continue editing. Yes. And so upload an image and it's right here. So we'll go ahead and select just that one. And this we could do Instagram, like it's nice. It could be a Facebook reel or an Instagram reel because it's vertical like that. In fact, you could probably add both if you want to.
Okay.
The benefit of that is your reader on the URL might be able to filter if they just want to look at ones just for Facebook or just for Instagram. I like to see all the things all the time. So I don't usually filter, but we want to make it easy for folks to do so.
Absolutely. Now, I noticed TikTok isn't on that list. Is that something that's going to be coming soon, or you just find because it really promotes original content, readers aren't sharing on TikTok?
They could. So they could share these wherever they want. And the vertical videos for a lot of people know this and a lot of people don't. Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and the TikTok are all the same dimensions. So these vertical, like the cat's out of the bag, but those would work on if they want to share it on TikTok. But you're right, a lot of that is more original content. But if they wanted to say, hey, I loved this book and put it out there, then yeah. So here it shows the little version of it, and they would be able to download the animated as well.
Perfect.
Pretty cool.
That is awesome. That's great. Have you seen any authors really have any great best practices around this? Should they be putting maybe the short link at the end of their book? Like, hey, if you enjoyed this book, please leave a review or share it. Or are you just finding people are putting it in their newsletters, putting it on social media? What's the best way you're finding authors are sharing this? We've
heard a lot of success from authors who already have a Facebook group and some eager followers. And, it may be that they periodically get an email from the reader. Would it be okay if I shared this image? And they say yes, but internally they're saying, yes, share away. But there wasn't an easy way to do it. So like, yes, I would love you forever. So people are more willing to do this. We had some people saying like, doesn't it feel like a big ask? But it really is not, because people are wanting to do this if they're in your fan base. So the Facebook group, if you have it, your newsletter is great because it's an evergreen link. You're just changing the content. It could go in a link tree if you have that, if you're putting those in there. It could also be linked with a QR code if you wanted to, and you can create a QR code in BookBrush. Like when you said at the back of your book, that might be nice because if it's a physical book, then they can scan it with their phone. My litmus test kind of on a QR code is if you're looking at it on your phone, you can't scan it with your phone. So that's not a place to put the QR code. But on a physical book, that would be a really great spot because then it could say, hey, want to share this? And then they could link right here. Instead of typing it in, they could link to the QR code for your Reader Hub right there.
Perfect. Now I have 13 books I have to go update the back of.
You didn't have plans this afternoon, did you?
Right. No. Awesome. Well, this was super helpful. Thank you so much for showing us how to navigate this, how to make the best use of it, and all the ways that this can really benefit authors. And yeah, if you've taken the time to make the graphics, it's awesome to be able to share them just beyond what we authors put out. Sometimes it feels like into the void. It's nice when the void takes our images and shares them for us.
Yes. And I think they want to. You just have to give them the images.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much. And we'll hopefully have you back on the channel again soon to help us navigate more features in BookBrush.
I would love to. It's always fun to chat.
All right. And after having this amazing conversation with Kathleen, I actually got my act together and put together my Reader Hub link, which you can find below. So if you have read any of my books and you do want to share them, please do so. And that way you can kind of get a feel for what you could even put in there as well. Again, if you are interested in the paid version of BookBrush, I do have a code for you, MK15. So you can get 15% off of a subscription. And as a reminder, guys, like I'm super frugal. You hear me talk in these videos about how I'm going to try to do my hardest to not have to spend money if I don't have to, or I'm going to try to really just grit through it and figure something out. But I have found there's a few really great tools for self-publishers that are worth the money. And I would say BookBrush is definitely one of those. So if you're considering where to spend, where to invest in your author business, I think BookBrush is a great tool because it's going to help you make really high quality images without going crazy or breaking the bank. All right. If you found this video helpful, if you are going to check out Reader Hub, please post your link below so I can see what you guys are doing as well. But if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe and maybe even hit that thank you button. That tells YouTube that you're getting value from this information, and then they can put it in front of other authors like us. Now you can get back to writing your book.